The agriculture, aquatic and natural resources or AANR sector are foreseen as major growth drivers to boost the Philippine economy. That is why funding for research and development in the AANR sector has steadily increased, paving the way to generate more inventions and innovations to boost productivity in the country's agri-aqua enterprises and industries. Unfortunately, these new technologies have not been fully transferred, utilized, and commercialized by their intended users. Filipinos, particularly farmers, fisher folks, and potential investors are largely unaware of these breakthroughs that could result to sustainable and inclusive development in the country. Strengthening partnership with the private sector as well as intellectual property protection and better coordination among concerned and allied agencies are also considered as important factors in achieving exponential growth in the AANR sector. With this, the Department of Science and Technology, through the Philippine Council for Agriculture, Aquatic and Natural Resources Research and Development, established the DOST-PCAARRD Innovation and Technology Center or DPITC. DPITC serves as a platform for technology transfer and commercialization. It is a one-stop-shop convergence hub for investors and technology users in the AANR sector in the Philippines. Strategically located in the Los Baños Special Science and Nature City in Laguna, DPITC serves as a link for different stakeholders from the academe, private sector, NGOs, and international partner institutions to strengthen and forge new public-private partnerships for technology commercialization. DPITC's main thrust is to enhance the transfer and commercialization of AANR technologies. It has 4 service hubs. The Technology Business and Partnership Hub provides networking, strategic partnership, and technology business services. The Knowledge Management Hub houses the Internet Cafe and digital library services. The Science and Technology Promotion Hub showcases the technologies and innovations generated by R&D projects in the AANR sector. The Innovation Services Hub serves as a venue for capacity building initiatives, trainings, meetings, and conferences. With its state-of-the-art facilities and capable experts pool, DPITC takes the lead in ensuring that PCAARRD's technology portfolio will be properly evaluated, protected, and made available, thus enhancing the livelihood and business opportunities in the AANR sector for a more competitive, sustainable, and inclusive Philippine economy. Here at DPITC, we determine and assess the commercial potential of technologies for the AANR sector. We protect intellectual properties of R&D technologies. We increase client awareness through our knowledge management system, e-library, and strategic communication. We transfer technologies from market study to business plan to valuation and market matching, even providing transfer incentives. DPITC will be of assistance and support to various stakeholders in the AANR sector. And we capacitate stakeholders by conducting training and strengthening partnerships with different institutions, both in the public and private sectors as well as international organizations. This is what we do in DPITC. We develop, we protect, we inform, we transfer, we facilitate commercialization. DPITC, bridging inventions to innovations. The Agriculture, Aquatic and Natural Resources or AANR sector are foreseen as major growth drivers to boost the Philippine economy. That is why funding for research and development in the AANR sector has steadily increased, paving the way to generate more inventions and innovations to boost productivity in the country's agri-aqua enterprises and industries. Unfortunately, these new technologies have not been fully transferred, utilized, and commercialized by their intended users. Filipinos, particularly farmers, fisher folks, and potential investors are largely unaware of these breakthroughs that could result to sustainable and inclusive development in the country. Strengthening partnership with the private sector as well as intellectual property protection and better coordination among concerned and allied agencies are also considered as important factors in achieving exponential growth in the AANR sector. With this, the Department of Science and Technology, through the Philippine Council for Agriculture, Aquatic and Natural Resources Research and Development, established the DOST-PCAARRD Innovation and Technology Center, or DPITC. DPITC serves as a platform for technology transfer and commercialization. It is a one-stop shop convergence hub for investors and technology users in the AANR sector in the Philippines. Strategically located in the Los Baños Special Science and Nature City in Laguna, DPITC serves as a link for different stakeholders from the academe, private sector, NGOs, and international partner institutions to strengthen and forge new public-private partnerships for technology commercialization. DPITC's main thrust is to enhance the transfer and commercialization of AANR technologies. It has 4 service hubs. The Technology Business and Partnership Hub provides networking, strategic partnership, and technology business services. The Knowledge Management Hub houses the Internet Cafe and digital library services. The Science and Technology Promotion Hub showcases the technologies and innovations generated by R&D projects in the AANR sector. The Innovation Services Hub serves as a venue for capacity-building initiatives, trainings, meetings, and conferences. With its state-of-the-art facilities and capable experts pool, DPITC takes the lead in ensuring that PCAARRD's technology portfolio will be properly evaluated, protected, and made available, thus enhancing the livelihood and business opportunities in the AANR sector for a more competitive, sustainable, and inclusive Philippine economy. Here at DPITC, we determine and assess the commercial potential of technologies for the AANR sector. We protect intellectual properties of R&D technologies. We increase client awareness through our knowledge management system, e-library, and strategic communication. We transfer technologies from market study to business plan to valuation and market matching, even providing transfer incentives. DPITC will be of assistance and support to various stakeholders in the AANR sector. And we capacitate stakeholders by conducting training and strengthening partnerships with different institutions, both in the public and private sectors as well as international organizations. This is what we do in DPITC. We develop, we protect, we inform, we transfer, we facilitate commercialization. DPITC, bridging inventions to innovations.
Science. Kikilitiin namin ang inyong pag-iisip, pati na rin ang inyong panlasa sa mga kaalaman tungkol sa siyensya sa likod ng produksyon ng pagkain. Ibabahagi namin ito sa aming official Facebook at Instagram pages, pati na rin sa aming YouTube channel. Mag-like, follow at subscribe na sa DOST-PCAARRD.
The agriculture, aquatic and natural resources or AANR sector are foreseen as major growth drivers to boost the Philippine economy. That is why funding for research and development in the AANR sector has steadily increased, paving the way to generate more inventions and innovations to boost productivity in the country's agri-aqua enterprises and industries. Unfortunately, these new technologies have not been fully transferred, utilized, and commercialized by their intended users. Filipinos, particularly farmers, fisher folks, and potential investors are largely unaware of these breakthroughs that could result to sustainable and inclusive development in the country. Strengthening partnership with the private sector as well as intellectual property protection and better coordination among concerned and allied agencies are also considered as important factors in achieving exponential growth in the AANR sector. With this, the Department of Science and Technology, through the Philippine Council for Agriculture, Aquatic and Natural Resources Research and Development, established the DOST-PCAARRD Innovation and Technology Center, or DPITC. DPITC serves as a platform for technology transfer and commercialization. It is a one-stop shop convergence hub for investors and technology users in the AANR sector in the Philippines. Strategically located in the Los Baños Special Science and Nature City in Laguna, DPITC serves as a link for different stakeholders from the academe, private sector, NGOs, and international partner institutions to strengthen and forge new public-private partnerships for technology commercialization. DPITC's main thrust is to enhance the transfer and commercialization of AANR technologies. It has 4 service hubs. The Technology Business and Partnership Hub provides networking, strategic partnership, and technology business services. The Knowledge Management Hub houses the Internet Cafe and digital library services. The Science and Technology Promotion Hub showcases the technologies and innovations generated by R&D projects in the AANR sector. The Innovation Services Hub serves as a venue for capacity building initiatives, trainings, meetings, and conferences. With its state-of-the-art facilities and capable experts pool, DPITC takes the lead in ensuring that PCAARRD's technology portfolio will be properly evaluated, protected, and made available, thus enhancing the livelihood and business opportunities in the AANR sector for a more competitive, sustainable, and inclusive Philippine economy. Here at DPITC, we determine and assess the commercial potential of technologies for the AANR sector. We protect intellectual properties of R&D technologies. We increase client awareness through our knowledge management system, e-library, and strategic communication. We transfer technologies from market study to business plan to valuation and market matching, even providing transfer incentives. DPITC will be of assistance and support to various stakeholders in the AANR sector. And we capacitate stakeholders by conducting training and strengthening partnerships with different institutions, both in the public and private sectors as well as international organizations. This is what we do in DPITC. We develop, we protect, we inform, we transfer, we facilitate commercialization. DPITC, bridging inventions to innovations.
Hello. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to DOST-PCAARRD and First Gen Corporation's ceremonial signing of Memorandum of Understanding, a partnership for corporate social responsibility projects. I am Eman and I will be guiding you for this momentous event. Our event is also being streamed live via our official DOST-PCAARRD Facebook page. To all of our friends watching us online, a big shout out to everyone. And we really appreciate spending your afternoon with us. So I hope you can join us in the next hour. Today marks a significant milestone for DOST-PCAARRD and First Gen Corporation. Momentous because today, they will forge a relevant and crucial partnership that will advance both of their advocacies and mandates. Before we start our program proper, and to remind that God is with each and every one of us, let us start the activity with a prayer, followed by the singing of our national anthem.
Aming makapangyarihan at mapagmahal na Panginoon, ang aming mga puso ay puno ng galak sa araw na ito na ibinigay mo sa amin. Lahat ng mga bagay na inyong pinagkaloob ay patunay ng inyong walang sawang pagmamahal sa amin. Salamat po dahil kami ngayon ay inyong pinagbuklod sa aming aktibidad. Mayroon kaming iisang layunin na makatulong at makipagtulungan sa mga taong nangangailangan, lalo na sa panahon ngayon na maraming pinagdaraanan ang ating bansa. Maraming salamat, Panginoon, sa patuloy mong pagbibigay sa amin ng lakas na maipagpatuloy ang mga laban sa buhay. Naway maging matagumpay ang araw na ito. Inahandog po namin lahat ito para sa inyo. Sa inyo ang aming mga papuri at pasasalamat. Amen.
Ayan ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Again, we welcome and thank everyone for finding time to join us for the ceremonial signing of Memorandum of Understanding between DOST-PCAARRD and First Gen Corporation. All the way from Los Baños, Laguna, we are here at the R.D. Guerrero Hall of the DOST-PCAARRD Innovation and Technology Center, or DPITC, a one-stop hub for technology commercialization in the agriculture, aquatic, and the natural resources, or as what we call the AANR sector. What a really nice venue for this event. Which is why I'm excited to be part of the ceremonial signing, a start of something great. But before that, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to recognize the presence of our respected guest. Joining us today are concerned members of DOST-PCAARRD Directors Council, our Deputy Executive Director for Administration, Resource Management, and Support Services, Dr. Melvin B. Carlos. And DOST-PCAARRD Executive Director, our very own Dr. Reynaldo V. Ebora. On the other hand, our distinguished guest from First Gen Corporation, First Gen Corporation Vice President Ms. Shirley H. Cruz. She is also accompanied with their Corporate Social Responsibility Senior Manager, Ms. Janice Ortañez Dugan. Again, let us all give them a warm of applause. Now, to gear up our mindset, disposition, mood, and everything else in between, may we call on DOST-PCAARRD Executive Director, Dr. Reynaldo V. Ebora, to formally welcome us. Take it away, Dr. Ray.
Thank you, Eman. Napansin ko na pareho pala tayo ng hairstyle. First Gen Corporation Vice President, Ms. Shirley H. Cruz, Corporate Social Responsibility Senior Manager, Ms. Janice Ortañez Dugan, the members of the PCAARRD Directors Council, or the DC, who are with us today. I understand most of us are actually in training now, so only a few are with us today. Our guests from the First Gen Corporation and our colleagues from DOST-PCAARRD, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Yung introduction kanina ni Eman, mahirap pantayan kasi dapat may energy daw. So we have to be very energetic this afternoon so that we will be able to sign the document. It is my pleasure to welcome you all to today's ceremony as we concretize the Council's partnership with First Gen Corporation. Here in PCAARRD, we formulate science and technology-based policies, plans, and programs for the agriculture, aquatic, and natural resources, or AANR sector. We also coordinate, evaluate, and monitor the government's R&D efforts in the said fields. And to ensure that our efforts in R&D will be put into good use, DOST-PCAARRD advocates for the technology transfer of viable and applicable technologies to the AANR sector, ensuring that our farmers, fisherfolk, and entrepreneurs are equipped to improve their existing practices, productivity, and production capacity. These initiatives are spearheaded by our Technology Transfer and Promotion Division, led by Director Noel Katibog. Asan ba si Noel? Tayo naman si Noel. Actually, most of the accomplishment of this particular center was due to Noel. And siya yung very energetic leader of that particular division. Through effective approaches and modalities, we ensure a strategic and wider dissemination, adoption, and commercialization of technologies in the AANR sector. If you have noticed, I have mentioned AANR several times, so I think by this time you already know the meaning of AANR. The same thing as we have the double A in PCAARRD. FirstGen, on the other hand, as an energy company, is at the forefront of our country's environmental conservation and a strong ally in our needs for renewable energy. Through its corporate social responsibility, or CSR arm, FirstGen has established a harmonious relationship with the communities that allowed them to operate in their respective areas. FirstGen effectively and efficiently implements their CSR initiatives focused on education, livelihood, environment, community health and safety, disaster response, and local culture. With our respective mandates and focus, we can say that PCAARRD and FirstGen share a common goal to ensure our country's development and sustainability for the welfare of our people. Together, this partnership will feature collaboration in the exchange of information, technical guidance, and collective influence, thereby nurturing an initiative that is holistic, SNT-based, and sustainable. The Memorandum of Understanding, or MOU, that we will sign today represents our first partnership with FirstGen. Thus, we recognize the hardworking members of our team in both of our organizations for this remarkable event. Palakpakan naman natin yung team ng TTPD at FirstGen. I know na bago ito nabuo, there might be a lot of telephone call and probably Zoom conferences to be able to figure out what will be the mode of cooperation. Today's event is just the start of DOST-PCAARRD and FirstGen's collaborative initiative to enhance, develop, and utilize technologies related to agri-aqua production, harvest, and post-harvest systems in FirstGen's host communities. Because here in PCAARRD, we recognize the vast potential of the public-private partnership to unlock more benefits to communities and the AANR sector. Further, the activity will be a good venue to showcase PCAARRD's technologies as well as to advance FirstGen's advocacies and mandates. When we were discussing with the group, we mentioned that we actually have a collaboration with Jollibee Foundation, regarding technology transfer also. And we're very proud that we're having it now with FirstGen. With that, I look forward to hearing great things that will come out of this partnership. More importantly, I hope it will help our country in uplifting the lives of our farmers and fisherfolk. And I believe this particular initiative is very relevant to the ongoing project that we have in Mindoro involving Mangyan community, because provision of, for example, solar energy in that particular area will help a lot. And probably the dissemination of the technologies developed by PCAARRD will also be more efficient. So that's one of the possible areas that we could explore. May this MOU signing today pave the way for many partnerships with other STEAM companies in the Philippines. As we always say, aside from Philippine Council, the PNC of PCAARRD also stands for partnership and collaboration. And this is one of its concrete examples. Together, let us continue to build a resilient, sustainable, and competitive AANR communities. At sama-sama tayong magtulungan para sa isang malikhain, angkop at makabagong agrikultura ng Pilipinas. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay tayong lahat.
Thanks much, Doc Ray, for supporting this also. Oh, I'm sorry. Again, thanks much Doc Ray. Nakita ko si Doc Engel sa sa aking perspective. Again, thanks much Doc Ray for supporting this also noble work. Yes, yes, I can be your doppelganger. Now, let's hear it from our companions sa First Gen Corporation. To give us a message, please help me welcome First Gen Corporation Vice President, Ms. Shirley H. Cruz.
Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Executive Director Dr. Ray Ibarra, Dr. Melvin Carlos, Director Noel Katibog, and the whole DOST PC, binigyan ako ng tip, AARRD team. A pleasant afternoon to all of you. Thank you for welcoming us. We are happy to be here in Los Baños. And we are most delighted to embark in this partnership with your organization. Allow me to share a bit about First Gen. We actually belong to the bigger FPH, First Philippine Holdings Group, which is part of the Lopez Group of companies. Now, First Gen is the leading clean, renewable, and low-carbon power producer in the country, with a total installed capacity of about 3,500 megawatts, using our various energy platforms that comprise of natural gas, hydro, geothermal, wind, and solar. Our focus on clean and renewable energy was solidified after our largest geothermal plant in Leyte was severely damaged after Typhoon Yolanda wreaked havoc in November of 2013. I'm sure many of us remember that. Of course, our employees and host communities that time were badly impacted too. And we spent a lot of time and effort and resources to build back better right after Typhoon Yolanda. So for our group, Typhoon Yolanda was our wake-up call that it could no longer be business as usual. Now in 2016, our chairman and chief executive officer, Mr. Federico R. Lopez, further stated during our annual shareholders meeting that First Gen will no longer develop, build, or invest in coal-fired power plants, acknowledging the urgency for all of us to take action to address the escalating climate crisis. Now, at the height of the COVID pandemic in 2022, we also updated our mission statement, and it now reads, forging collaborative pathways for a decarbonized and regenerative future. Today, we strive to be at the forefront of decarbonization, aligned with the global pursuit of net zero by the year 2050. We recognize, however, that we are at a breaking point. The IPCC's sixth assessment report has even issued a stern warning that this was a code red for humanity. So we need to take urgent steps to transition towards a future where everyone has the opportunity to thrive and prosper on a healthy planet. To achieve that transformation, we know that collaboration is key. We are fortunate to have this opportunity to collaborate with the DOST-PCAARRD, and we know that through this partnership, we will be able to provide opportunities for the farmers and fisher folks in First Gen's host communities. The technologies and innovation from your team will be instrumental for our communities to achieve productivity and economic growth. We look forward to our journey together towards a regenerative future. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Shirley. You know, ma'am, we are really delighted for this opportunity to work hand in hand with First Gen Corporation for the first time. It's Picard, not Picard. Now, to provide context for this partnership, let us all watch this.
Sa bawat kwento ng pag-unlad ay may mga institusyong nagsusulong nito. Institusyong nagbabahagi at tumutugon sa mga hamon ng panahon.
PCAARRD supports S&T Human Resource Development. Nagsusulong ito ng mga programa na naglalayong mapaunlad at mapayaman ang kakayahan ng mga researchers natin sa bansa at mga empleyadong katulad ko for better delivery of S&T products and services.
Sinusuportahan namin ang ating mga dalubhasa na kaisa natin upang umasenso ang ating bansa.
Tumutulong kami na maging makabuluhan ang mga teknolohiya upang magbigay ng karagdagang kabuhayan sa ating mga mamamayan.
Nagbibigay kami ng mga bagong kaalaman at teknolohiya na gagabay sa pagkalinga ng ating kalikasan at magpapaunlad sa kabuhayan ng mga magsasaka at mangingisda.
Isinusulong namin ang paggamit ng agham at teknolohiya bilang pagsagot sa mga hamon ng lipunan.
Kasama ninyo ang DOST-PCAARRD sa pagpapaunlad ng sektor ng agrikultura, aquatica at pangisdaan at likas na yaman. Sa gabay ng agham at teknolohiya, kami ay nakatuon sa pagpapataas ng produksyon ng pagkain, sa pagpapabuti ng kalidad ng pamumuhay lalo sa kanayunan, sa pag-aalaga at pagpapatatag ng ating kalikasan, at sa pagpapalakas ng kapasidad at pamamalakad sa pananaliksik at pag-unlad. Ang DOST-PCAARRD ay nangunguna sa pagbibigay ng kakayanan sa pagsasaka, aquatica at pangisdaan, at panglikas na yaman upang makipagsabayan ng sektor sa pandaigdigang pamantayan.
Narito po ang DOST-PCAARRD upang tulungan ang ating mga magsasaka, mangingisda at ang nasa sektor ng likas na yaman sa pamamagitan ng agham at teknolohiya. Isinasagawa ng DOST-PCAARRD ang aming mga programa sa pamamagitan ng pakikipag-ugnayan sa iba't ibang ahensya ng gobyerno, state universities and colleges at mga international partners. Ito ang DOST-PCAARRD. Kami ang DOST-PCAARRD.
We used to think that air pollution was the unavoidable price of economic progress. But today, technology has given us an abundance of clean and renewable energy sources. At FirstGen, we're committed to a world where power doesn't have to come at the expense of our environment. So our promise to you is that we will only produce energy that comes from clean, low-carbon sources. We dare to do this because we care too much about our future. Welcome to the low-carbon world.
Extreme weather, like heat and flooding, is being caused by climate change. Is it too late for us to do anything? Back to you, Jenny. Climate change is here. But the situation isn't hopeless. Decarbonization. Switching to decarbonized energy is the biggest step to a greener future. For more on that, we now take you to our reporter in the field, Sid. Thanks, Jenny. Let's go! Along with decarbonization, we also need to focus on regeneration, which is replenishing the environment. These people are doing their part. What about the rest of us? Back to you, Jenny. You can do your part by supporting energy companies like First Gen, who were the first to champion decarbonization and regeneration, and are bringing more clean energy to the country. By working together, we can save the planet! It's a long road ahead to a fully decarbonized and regenerative world, but it's not an endless one. In order to get there, we need an energy source that will serve as a bridge, like First Gen's natural gas, the transition fuel to a fully decarbonized and regenerative future. Yeah! Because it's a reliable and flexible partner to renewable energy, quickly providing power when they are unavailable. We need to get on the road to a better future before it's too late, and this can happen faster with natural gas! Yay!
That is pretty informative. We at DOST-PCAARRD, this partnership was initiated by our colleagues from the Technology Transfer and Promotion Division, or TTPD. To give us a more in-depth knowledge of PCAARRD's Tech Trans initiatives, please welcome our TTPD Director, Mr. Noel Katibog.
Magandang hapon po. Mas magandang boses mo sa akin, Emma. Yung video ng ng First Gen ang ganda. Naalala ko tuloy ng kabataan natin. Talo pa yung mga pitching events natin, sir, sa actually tinuturuan namin mag-pitch yung hindi naman pala. Gina-guide namin mag-pitch yung mga researchers kasi they are so technical on their approaches, and palagay ko may 4 na tayong mentors na makukuha from First Gen. This is our main building, and this one is the DPITC, on the right side. Ano lang yan, Photoshop lang. Pinagkabit lang namin. But saan ba? Ayan. And this is a bird's eye view of an overhead shot of the main building of PCAARRD, and the one at the back is the DPITC. And I will be talking about PCAARRD technology transfer modalities, and this will open windows for and opportunities for the collaboration among our agencies, between our agencies. Baliktad pala yung pinipindot ko kanina. Anyway, we are one of the 4 sectoral councils of planning councils of DOST, and we are in charge of the agriculture, aquatic, and natural resources sector. The other councils are in charge of health, and then the other one is on basic research, and another is on industry and emerging technologies. We coordinate and monitor. We have the same mandates, monitor national R&D efforts, but for PCAARRD, it's on AANR, and we allocate government and external funds for R&D, and also generate resources from other donors to support our programs. Hindi ko lang po na-update, but there is a new harmonized national R&D agenda 2023 to 2028, and we have our core plan, our long-term visions, and we have 4 banner programs. First, of course, is strategic R&D, and then the R&D results utilization, where TTPD is part of. We have strong policy research and advocacy, and capability building and R&D governance. Now, in the AANR, we have 39 priority commodities, and we've developed the industry strategic S&T plans for each of them, meaning we have mapped out the R&D agenda, the capability building initiatives, etc., on the 4 banner programs for until 2028. But we operate through our 15 consortia. This is what we call the PCAARRD in the regions, and they are represented by the flags at the back. So from Ilocos up to Mindanao, we have our consortia. More than 300 R&D institutions and state universities and colleges, LGUs, and other government agencies are members of our regional consortia. Now, when we look at the needs of the AANR sector, our initiative starts from ideation, meaning from the crafting of R&D proposals to answer certain concerns of a specific commodity or industry. And then the outputs are analyzed, and then magdi-decide ano ba ang gagawin natin dito sa outputs ng R&D. Ito ba ay for dissemination, for policy, or babalik pa tayo sa R&D? Or are there mature technologies that we can use to disseminate to our target clienteles? And we do that through different modalities. Ang gusto po natin, yung technical problems na na-identify natin sa umpisa ay ma-address natin through R&D, so that, and then developed into technologies, and then cascaded para maging innovation siya. In such case, pwede tayong magkaroon ng impact sa ating mga communities. Yeah. The R&D outputs of PCAARRD can be grouped into these 3 major categories: new knowledge and information, technology products, and technology services. So, ito po yung mga kinakascade natin in various means, using various means and platforms. And pagdating naman po sa technology transfer, ginroup namin siya. Actually, 4 yan eh. The 4th one is promotion. But promotion is part and parcel of each of these modalities that we do at PCAARRD. One is deployment. So kung meron kang technology pero magastos, halimbawa mangrove crab hatchery, which requires about 10 million to put up, hindi yan kaya ng individual farmers. So ang tawag namin doon, pagka dadalhin namin siya sa mga sites na target natin, deployment siya. Kasi kailangan yan merong host institution, multi-agency ang magtutulungan para maitayo at masustain. And meron siyang component ng extension. Of course, you have to teach how to adopt the technologies. Meron laging component siya ng extension. But the bigger activities of PCAARRD, especially in the past, is on extension. Ito yung mga component technologies: how to prune, how to spray, how to increase production. They are simpler technologies that can be taught to farmers and fisher folk. Pero meron din po mga technologies na nag-generate na kailangan ng private sector intervention. Una, ang gobyerno po ay hindi ganung kilala sa pagmamass produce efficiently and effectively ng mga products. So halimbawa, meron tayong biofertilizer or biopesticide, hindi natin yung pwedeng ituro sa magsasaka kung paano mag-isolate ng organism or mag-ferment para makaproduce ka ng certain biofertilizer. Kailangan mo ng partner ngayon na from the private sector na magsasagawa noon. And that's what we call commercialization. So, merong mga technologies na pangbigay natin libre, meron din naman na merong associated fees for the transfer of the technologies. And Unahin ko na muna yung sa commercialization. Ito pong DPITC ay tinayo para sa malawakang technology transfer initiatives ng PCAARRD. And nandito po yung aming e-library. Nandito po yung aming technology business hub. Meron din kaming Agri-Aqua business hub para sa mga small enterprises. At nandito rin yung ating mga kasamahan para naman po dun sa knowledge management. And ni-establish po natin ito noong 2016. Ito po yung dating building ng PCAARRD. Yun yung nabanggit kanina ni Doc Ray. Nung nag-merge yung PCAARRD at saka PCAARRD, nadagdagan ng isang A, yung para sa aquatic. Ito po yung dati nilang building, kinonvert into the DPITC. And since 2017, ang talagang hinabol po namin dito ay tatlong bagay or tatlong malalaking initiatives. Una ay sa partnerships and capacity building. Ito pong IPTBM, ito yung Intellectual Property and Technology Business Management Offices. Technology Transfer Offices po ito para mas, or Technology Licensing Offices. We have assisted 68, pero yung pong ibang agencies na alalayan na rin namin para magkaroon sila ng Technology Transfer Protocol, tsaka IP office, IP policies. And ang isa pa po is through our capacity building initiatives, nagkaroon ng kakayahan yung aming mga partner researchers and technology transfer offices to file on their own yung mga intellectual property right applications. Dati po kasi magtatap lang ng mga patent agents, ang ginawa po natin, expand natin yung ginawa natin comprehensive yung learning process. Kaya kaya na nila and nakapag-file na sila ng more than 2,000 IP applications. Kung ibinayad po natin yan sa mga patent agents, abutin niya ng mahigit 60 million ng expense. Sa business development, so kung meron kang protected technologies, saan naman nila i-commercialize? Kasi allowed na by law na ang ating mga researchers ay pwedeng mag-commercialize. Tinatawag po itong spin-off or startup. Pero anong facilities nila para magamit para sa kanilang pansariling commercialization? Tumulong din po ang PCAARRD para makapagpatayo ng Agri-Aqua Technology Business Incubators. Sa ngayon po, meron tayong 22 na nag-house ng more than 300 incubatees. They have adopted more than 100 technologies and nagpuproduce sila ng mga products using the technologies that they've adopted na product naman ng R&D. So, magkakaulam po yan. Kailangan may partnership, kailangan may capacity building, and may protection ng intellectual properties para makadevelop tayo ng business. Balikan naman po natin yung sa extension and deployment. Ito po yung kumbaga kung isa-segmentize natin yung klase ng ating mga communities, pwede silang maigrupo sa tatlo. Yung mga madadali ng lapitan kasi dati na sila nakaka-receive ng mga assistance. Ito po yung nasa kaliwa, market-oriented, clustered, may organization na. Madali pong magpasok ng technologies dyan. Meron din naman po mga fragmented traditional at saka mga informal. Medyo mahirap na. Hindi na siya ganun ka readily accepting sa mga bagong interventions. But there are groups that are hard to reach, risky. Ito po yung mga disaster-prone, merong resistance to change dahil yung mga nauna ng intervention sa kanila ay either hindi nila nagustuhan or hindi na-sustain, o kaya naman hindi pa talaga napapasok. Especially yung mga conflict vulnerable areas. At doon po, nagbuo kami ng mga iba't ibang modalities na nandito sa bandang ilalim. Titingnan po natin isa-isa yan, but they are answering to each of the segmentized groups of communities that we are targeting. Ang gusto lang po natin magkaroon ng innovative, inclusive, sustainable, and resilient communities. So, para sa interest po ng first gen, nahin ko po itong STCBF kasi ito yung S&T Community-Based Farm. Dati po meron kaming STBF. So, individual farmer, nag-graduate kami doon kasi maganda na po ang reception doon talaga. Nakasama siya sa inilipat namin sa ATI noong 2012. And so, we started moving into community-based approaches. Dito po, component technologies na or packages of technologies ang transfer sa communities, minimum of 20 hanggang sa 100 farmers or fisher folk dapat ang beneficiaries. Dito po papasok kung sakaling ang interest natin ay itutuloy natin dun sa pantabangan, it should be a community-based approach. Hindi tayo papasok sa isang farmer lang para gawing demonstration farm. Hindi po siya effective or not as effective kung community-based ang approach. Yan po yung example nun. And we've done that in a lot of sites. So we've completed projects dito po sa bandang kaliwa. Ito po yung mga commodities na nasakop na ng mga una naming initiatives. At dito naman po, meron kaming ongoing projects ngayon sa Gimilina, sa root crops, bamboo, coffee, and falcata. And kahapon po ay katatapos lang namin ng rice shop para dun sa 4 pang areas. Pwede din natin yung pag-usapan kung paano tayo magkakatulungan. Basically, these are our areas for technology transfer using the community-based approach, STCBF. Dito naman po, ito yung para sa mga poverty-stricken areas, mga poorest provinces, pipili kami ng poorest provinces, poorest municipality, poorest barangay. So, doon po tayo papasok. S&T Community-Based Program for Inclusive Development or STC4ID. So, ito rin po yung ginagamit namin, yung nabanggit ni Sir kanina, yung para sa mga mangyan. Yun po yung sa indigenous people, dito namin pinasok yun. And ang special naming programa na nabuo ay yung tinatawag na livelihood improvement through facilitated extension or LIFE model. Livelihood improvement through facilitated extension. Yun naman po ay ginamit namin sa 3 probinsya sa Mindanao. Yun yung mga conflict vulnerable, yung mahirap pasukin, nakakatakot puntahan. At medyo risky na monitoring and evaluation. So, meron kami sa yung Maguindanao, Zamboanga, Sibugay, at saka sa North Cotabato o South Cotabato. At meron na po kami ding bagong 3 areas na binuksan para po dito sa STC4ID na related dun sa life approach. Ito po yung MNLF area or MILF area. Yung isa naman ay NPA areas. Yung isa naman po ay community ng mga bakwet o yung mga bata pa ay ini-indoctrinate na sa armed conflict. Bumabalik sila ngayon sa normal na pamumuhay. Yun po yung pinapasok namin. So, nasa Davao yun at saka sa bandang Zamboanga. So, ito po yung para sa STC4ID. And yun nga, yung kabubukas lang na 2 weeks ago ay pinuntahan namin yung sa Mindoro para sa indigenous peoples. Ito po yung mga sites natin for STC4ID. So, meron na kaming mga na-complete na projects. Meron kaming ongoing at meron din po kaming bubuksan na bago. Kung nabanggit niyo ma'am kanina yung tungkol sa Yolanda na nag-trigger sa inyong pagbabago ng approach. Kami naman po ay namulat, nung nag-umpisa kaming mamulat noong Bagyong Pablo sa Davao Region. Nagkaroon kami ng mga intervention doon, replanting at saka kung ano nung introduction ng technologies para mas mabilis makabawi yung mga naapektuhan ng Bagyong Pablo. And then Yolanda struck us in sometime 10 years ago na. So we started thinking of another program. Ito po yung SAFE pala. S&T Action Frontlines for Emergencies and Hazards. Ito po ay nabuo noong panahon pa ni Noong kasama pa namin sa division si Dr. Carlos. Siya po ang aming director nung binuo ito. At ito po ay para sa disaster risk reduction and management. So meron siyang mga programa para sa mitigation, quick response. So meron din kaming ginawa ngayon na mga ilang programa na ang gagawin noong agency na nag-i-implement ay mag-produce. Halimbawa ng pananim, mga buto ng gulay, planting materials. And meron din po na naka-assign na mag-produce ng mga vegetables, tilapia, ganito. Ang target po natin dito is kung tatama sa isang lugar ang isang kalamidad, meron tayong pwedeng maitulong. Kaya tumama po ang landslide sa Ifugao, nakapagbigay tayo ng mga produkto na mga cookies lang naman siya, tsaka mga pagkain, pero yun po yung kailangan ng mga bumabawi or nagre-recover from the disaster that hit their areas. So yung Ulysses, Rolly, meron po kaming mga ganong initiatives. Those are part and parcel of the SAFE program. So yun po namang nabanggit ko kanina, ang tawag po, yung magpo-produce ng mga vegetables at saka mga planting materials, yun po ay tinatawag naming quick response projects. So kung tamaan halimbawa ang Bicol or ang Northern Luzon, yung production nandito sa BPI, makakapunta sila doon, makakapagdala sila ng mga planting materials. Pero kung wala pong disaster, yung mga napoproduce nila pwedeng gamitin as community pantry type. Pwedeng tawagin ng communities, kumuha sila doon ng produce na kailangan nila sa kanilang pang-araw-araw na gamit. So ito po yung areas na nagkaroon na kami ng mga interventions. Ang isa pong malaking programa namin sa SAFE ay doon sa Cordillera. 6 na probinsya, nagkaroon kami ng intervention, halimbawa windbreaks, erosion control, water impoundment, yung mga ganun pong klase. Pati na rin yung tungkol sa pagpaparami ng mga native animals na pwede mong i-distribute pag tinamaan siya pag yung ibang area ay tinamaan ng disaster. At part din po nung aming SAFE program, itong tinatawag naming ISLA. Inclusive Science for Livelihood in Agri-Aqua in Small Islands. Ang features naman po nito na iiba in such a way na meron kang island barangay or island municipality, ano ang kailangan nila. So, halimbawa sa livestock, ano ang technologies, sa crops, ano ang mga technologies na kailangan, livelihood ba yan, trainings, etc. Pero kailangan din po natin dito ng multi-agency. Kung papasok ang DOST-PCAARRD, kailangan namin ng DOST Regional Office, ng DTI para sa marketing ang kanilang mapoproduce, at private institutions or agencies katulad ng First Gen. Halimbawa po, ang isang na-identify na interest ng First Gen ay sa Caramoan or sa Garchitorena. Nakikipag-usap na po kami sa kanila, dapat sana napuntahan natin. Kaya lang yung aming researcher na na-identify ay nagkasakit. So, matagal bago naka-shift kami, tapos nung balak na namin puntahan, iimbitahan sana namin kayo, pangit ang panahon, sabi nila March. Pero, Garchitorena po ang pinili namin kasi baka masabihan kami na kaya Caramoan ang pinili namin, gusto namin mamasyal. So, Garchitorena na muna. But we will be inviting you dun sa area. Basta po maganda nang magbiyahe kasi ina-advise po nila na medyo maalon pa ngayon. But this is one program that we are very excited in implementing. And nakikita din po ng aming mga proponents na medyo mahirap siyang gawin kasi they have to reach out to a lot of partners. Halimbawa po yung sa Zamboanga, gusto nila na wala silang source ng potable water. So somebody has to provide, bawal sa amin yun kasi hindi naman siya AANR. So meron pang partner na magbibigay ng desalination equipment, merong mga ilangan ng solar power kasi wala pong kuryente doon sa lugar, or kung meron man ay intermittent. Parang regular na sa kanila na nawawala ng kuryente. So, ang habol po natin dito sa isla ay meron tayong resilient community na food secure. So, ang kailangan nating ma-address na challenges dito, sila ba ay nasa food threshold level? Pag na-meet natin yon, kailangan naman lumampas tayo dun sa poverty threshold. Overall, ang gusto natin dito is maging resilient and food secure po yung ating mga target communities. And we have initially identified several sites. Dito po tayo may points of convergence in terms of sites. So nandito po kami, nandito po ang areas ng first gen. So yung mga interest natin na area, we will look into the areas that you are interested in and then go back to our management and discuss whether suited siya sa talagang yung mga priorities, ma'am. Kasi kung ang intervention ay mga wala sa mandate ng PCAARRD, medyo mahihirapan po kami. But there are a lot of areas na pwede natin pag-usapan. Titingnan natin yung mga sites na interesado kayo, but we also invite you to look into existing sites of DOST-PCAARRD. Kasi nandun na po kami, baka yung lugar na, halimbawa, yung nabanggit ni Sir sa Mindoro, nandun yung livelihood interventions namin at saka training, kulang sila sa solar. Ganun po. Sa bahay din po namin, wala po kami solar. Pero ang ibig ko lang po sabihin dito is that these are points of convergence. Pwede po tayong pumunta sa Basilan, sa Tawi-Tawi, or sa Hulo. Yung bisita namin kahapon, in the last 2 days, ang interest nila ay yung communities na tinutulungan nila para ma-improve ang kanilang cassava production. Or yung bamboo community-based farm sa Bukidnon. Meron kayong area sa Bukidnon, sa Fort Teach yata. So, those are parang magandang pag-usapan. And a lot of PCAARRD staff represented here come from the various technical research divisions and of course yung ating sa institutional development. They have the new technologies that may be of interest to first gen for testing or adoption in your existing communities. Marami po talaga tayong pwedeng pag-usapan at maglatag ng mga bagong programa. Sana po ay tuloy-tuloy ang ating maging partnership. Sabi nga ni Sir, partnership and collaboration po ang laging hinahabol ng PCAARRD. Kasi kahit po may resources ang PCAARRD or ang government, hindi po yun kakasya. We cannot spread ourselves too thin para i-cover yung maraming areas, but if we can harness the help of partners, especially first gen, then we can do more. And together, we can help more Filipinos. Yun lamang po. Maraming salamat po at magandang hapon.
Thanks much, Sir Noel. Indeed, through the years, PCAARRD has defined pathways for tech trans initiatives and categorized programs and projects into technologies best suited for deployment, extension, and commercialization. What a nice marrying event po for First Gen Corporation. A match made in heaven. Yee! Oh, and joining us also here today, our Officer in charge of the Office of the Deputy Executive Director for Research and Development, Dr. Juanito Batalon. Hello, Sir Johnny. Again, to everyone who graced us with their presence, thanks much for all of your insights. Now, the very important moment. We would like to invite the signatories to please come center stage in your designated places. Okay. At this juncture, if both parties accept all provisions that define the Memorandum of Understanding, may we request our esteemed guests to formally affix their signatures into the binding document to officially mark this important milestone. The signatories, of course, ladies and gentlemen, for DOST-PCAARRD, Executive Director Dr. Reynaldo V. Ebora. For First Gen Corporation, Vice President Ms. Shirley H. Cruz. And our witnesses. For PCAARRD, we have our Deputy Executive Director for Arms, Dr. Melvin B. Carlos. And for First Gen Corporation, their Senior Manager for Corporate Social Responsibility, Ms. Janice Ortañez Dugan. This agreement specifies that DOST-PCAARRD will work collaboratively with First Gen Corporation in implementing priority activities and projects, including community development, technology transfer, and innovation contests in collaboration with identified NARDN members to benefit mutually identified communities. Further, this agreement aims to enhance, develop, and utilize technologies related to agri-aqua production, harvesting, and post-harvesting systems for the benefit of smallholder farmers and fisherfolks located in First Gen's host communities and other areas to be agreed upon. DOST-PCAARRD will extend technical guidance and appropriate information, education, and communication materials to First Gen Corporation. Okay, so on my cue, may I request our signatories to show the signed document to the public and wear your smiles for a photo opportunity, because this event is worth remembering. Wear your big smiles. Again, a big round of applause to everyone. Indeed, this MO is a manifesto of PCAARRD and First Gen's initiative to uplift the lives of our fellow Filipinos in the AANR sector. For our guests, we have prepared some tokens. We really appreciate your presence here this afternoon. No? We still have a lot of photo ops. We need a lot of space. We invite everyone to join us in the photo op. Let me move this. Oh, we can. We have space pa dito sa taas. Okay. Are we okay? Yes, thank you very much to everyone. Okay. Okay, thank you. I realized that the photo op was the most tedious part of this program. Anyways, thank you so much for your cooperation. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are now down to the final stretch of our program. To give us the closing remarks, let us all welcome DOST-PCAARRD's Deputy Executive Director for Administration, Resource Management, and Support Services, Dr. Melvin B. Carlas.
Thank you, Eman. Magandang hapon po sa lahat. To the First Gen Corporation Vice President, Ms. Shirley Cruz, and the entire team. Of course, our PCAARRD Directors Council and staff led by Dr. Ray Iborra, Doc Ray. And all of those who facilitated the activities that led us to this day. It's really my great pleasure to be with you and witness the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding between DOST-PCAARRD and the First Gen Corporation on our partnerships for corporate social responsibility projects. At PCAARRD, we see this partnership as a very important step towards our shared advocacy and mandates. I hope that after the formalization of this collaboration, our MOA signing or MOU signing, we can also take some time to celebrate this milestone. We prepared something for fellowship because we really look forward to this partnership to advance the agriculture, aquatic, and natural resources sectors of our country. This MOU strengthens the feedback mechanism between our agencies, allowing us to collaborate more effectively. It also entails a very valuable benefit to the targeted communities, since we'll be working very closely in enhancing, developing, and utilizing technologies related to agri-aqua production, harvesting, post-harvesting systems, etc. With First Gen as a leading independent power producer utilizing clean and indigenous fuels in the Philippines, I see a very rare and unique window of opportunity for our AANR communities to start contributing to a regenerative future by accelerating the transition to renewable energy sources and greening the supply chain. With this partnership, our hope of having livable, sustainable, resilient, and likewise smart AANR communities has now become more attainable. And with this partnership, we are in a much better position to develop practical solutions for the problems faced by our smallholder farmers and fisherfolk to help them embrace clean energy and work towards decarbonization. Moreover, this is another opportunity to prove that public-private sector partnership and collaboration is critical in attaining holistic and sustainable AANR development. So to our partners in First Gen, thank you for choosing to work with us in carrying out your corporate social responsibilities. May our partnership prosper and serve as an example of what a long-term and strategic partnership can do to help our communities. As we close, I'd like to congratulate everyone and wish you all a safe return home. So thank you and have a good weekend. Friday na ngayon eh. Maraming salamat, but let's share some time together. Thank you.
Thanks much, Dr. Carlos. Yes, it is our honor and privilege to work with First Gen Corporation. Indeed, as Dr. Carlos said, this is a partnership that will strengthen the feedback mechanism between our organizations, allowing us to collaborate more effectively. In closing, we hope to see you all in our next unifying events like this. After the program, we cordially invite our guests to see our exhibits down at the DPITC SNT Promotion Hub, and as well as outside at the DABPI SNS Plaza. No, let's enjoy the cool breeze here in Los Baños, Laguna. For more information, please visit our official website, www.pcard.dost.gov.ph, and follow us on our official social media pages. Allow me to thank the members of our team who took part in preparation of this event. A big round of applause to everyone. Big shout out to my colleagues in TTPD with our director, Sir Noel Katibog. And we thank all of you joining us right now via live stream in our digital platforms. Hey, hey, hey. Indeed, or finally, Finally, this concludes our program for this afternoon. We hope that we made this a worthwhile experience for everyone. Indeed, a momentous event for DOST-PCAARRD and First Gen Corporation to have this collaboration. And we hope to recognize more partnership like this very much soon. Muli, I am Engineer Emmanuel Cañada. It is my pleasure to host this momentous event. Oh, and like Boss Melvin said, it's Friday, so we wish everyone a great weekend ahead. Thanks much for joining us and keep thriving. Bye-bye!